my Kirby Sentria 2, a machine that we have had for quite some years now. Got it from Mr. Parwaz, swapped the Miele S7 for this, and it's been kicking around ever since then. But over Christmas I gave it a nice refurb, and here we are now, ready for me to show you what it looks like, show you the tools I have, and yeah, see how this very nice vacuum cleaner works now. Yes, hello, my vacuum cleaner and Kirby chums. How are you today? Yeah, the old Sentria 2, and bless it, it is a little bit old now, isn't it? But obviously, they're still modern in terms of Kirby. That's sort of why I've kept this one about. It's still, it's a modern Kirby in all intents and purposes. This one's also been mildly hacked. We'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah, this is all you would get from a modern one. It's all I really need in a Kirby, and this one is very nice indeed. Almost very nice. I did try to replace this part and the bag top, which has been eaten by a dog, and you know what, there was a spares machine on Facebook advertised for free, but when I inquired she wanted £45 for it, so no. So yeah, I'm still looking for a handle top and a bag top for one of these. If you have one, please let me know. I've left 2 brand new belts dangling on there. Some of those would have come from the G4, which you would have seen before this, and yes, that's where this motor is. We're going to test that out. This has been G4 motor hacked through no fault of its own, 100% my fault. So yeah, it's all clean, it's all shiny, very shiny. We'll have a close look up in a minute. Yeah, we'll take the handle off. The bag washed up really well. It's got my last HEPA-Flow type cheapo bag in it. I don't have any more of these, but I have to get some more. This will certainly last for ages, the amount that I'm going to use it. Let's have a look at how the metalwork came out. Now, I am very happy with how this came out. I haven't got a full machine kit to do it. You need a bench mounted grinder with a buffy wheel to do these properly, and a bit of wet sanding and a bit of knowledge. No two bones about it. What this is just 0000 fine wire wool with various metal polishes. Auto sol aluminum polish, auto sol normal polish first, and it's not bad. It's been stored a little bit, so it's got some fingerprints on it, but I think that is perfectly acceptable. To do anything more, you would either need to spend a significant amount of time or go mechanical on it. And this still didn't come out as well as the older Kirby Heritage I did either, and I've heard again that that's possibly normal, because obviously this is a different composition of metal to the older ones. So yeah, from afar, from a distance, it's fine. It certainly looks better than all the Kirbys for sale on Facebook around me, and they're not as good as some of the beautiful examples that I have seen in the groups. But hey, this is also spotless now. There is barely any, bar the test dirt, on here at all. So yeah, this is all nice. This is how I store them. This is, the belt is part off, not fully off, because I didn't want it to be on full stretch either way. But yeah, we'll take this off. There we go. That's why it's a bit hard to push. I did my best in here. It took quite a few days to get that polished up well. I didn't replace this gasket, mainly for time constraints at the time, and it's okay. This machine always did work well. I just wanted to refurbish a Kirby Sentria, although it now has this slightly higher powered Kirby G4 motor in it, so it is better than it was before. The beautiful stiff bristles, again, this is what makes this just that bit nicer than any of the older Kirbys I've used. Even the nice G4, bless it, with its alright brush roll. It's not this brush roll. This brush roll is very good indeed. And yeah, there'll be a belt in there somewhere. Cool. Very nice indeed. This gasket here, this is removable, and again, it was all packed up with fluff, and it's nice and clean and decent too. So this is the machine part of it. I think we should probably give this all a vacuum first, and then we'll have a look at all the tools that I have for my Kirby Sentria. Okay, we are plugged in and ready to go. So yeah, G4 motor fitted into the Kirby Sentria. It's really, really good. It rips into this rug and brings the pile up so well. So yeah, I quite like it. Like I say, for an all-round, general Kirby, I don't think these can be beaten, especially for the price that you can get them. And of course, you can get lots and lots of tools with it as well. All the Kirby tools. My strap is not broken on this one. Does anybody know where we can get new straps from that doesn't involve buying a whole new box? Can you even do that? I hope so. So we shall remove the cleaner head, pop that over there, pop the hose on, and yeah, this is probably the bit that's been used the most on this, because I've used it for air pumps into paddling pools to make bubbles and all sorts of fun stuff. Put the cover down. Yeah, it's got phenomenal airflow. Kirby's always have. They are, if you've never used the Kirby with its tools, but you have used, say, a Hoover Junior, different animal. Completely different animal. So, we have what's probably not from this era. The Sentria 1 and the Sentria 2 seem to have changed their colour, but nothing else. So I think this is the Sentria 1 end, but doesn't matter. Look, I've put a new belt in the correct place on the dusting brush, which I don't actually like. It makes it too stiff and short and doesn't get into the gaps as well, but never mind. Doesn't matter. That's just my personal preference. Floor and wall brush. Crevice tool with radiator brush. 2 wands, which I'll leave it there because you know what a wand is. The scalp / erogenous zone massager. Very fancy indeed. This is the part that goes onto the front when you want to use it as a blower. Like now, it shouldn't, and it hasn't, that's good, turn on. But as soon as we put this on, you put it down, and yeah, you can use it in the street. We have the floor brush, which, yeah, is nice and clean. All the fluff is out of there. We have the handle. I'll convert it in a minute. It's been years since I've converted a Kirby to a handheld. The hateful, horrible blower, which I hate because it just puts so much strain on the motor to force all of the air through that tiny gap. It's horrible. Don't use it at all. And I mean, you could pick this up for £10, £20 if you're averagely lucky on Marketplace, and just with a bit of graft get it to this standard. Again, I smashed the back motor housing on that Sentria just purely by accident. That £20 spares Kirby, this is what it was for. And it was that simple, and it's now a better Kirby for it. Right, let's for a laugh convert it to a handheld. Because this is the big thing about the Kirby, isn't it? It's the home cleaning system, and will clean anywhere. Obviously, I don't have many stairs, so I don't really have need to push this button and take the handle off very much. But if you do that, and then click this into there, then take the bag, which doesn't like to play because of its fill tube, and put that into there. Yeah, look. Oh, let's put this back on. Look, you've got like a dirt devil handy that's on steroids. Do your stairs with that, although again it is very good for mattresses, and again if you had a big staircase and a heavy muscle arm, you could. Again, people like to use this. Oh, oh, I did the sin. Oh, I unlocked it before I took the belt off. Oh, well, look, you can see how well the brush roll spins. It's fine. You don't need that for now. You can put the hose on it as well, like this, and you know, it's now a rather jolly again if you wanted it in a workshop vacuum. That is how you could just have it mounted, although you lose a lot of bag capacity because obviously this can't fill up, which sadly is why I've never used, oh no, the belts are falling off. I've never really used that handle because in all the times that I've dated a Kirby, I just leave it like this and that's still perfectly fine. It will still follow you around. You can then wind the cable up, which you can't do. And you get all of that bag capacity. So yeah, bless it. It's fun to have, but probably the last time you'll ever see daylight again. Right, let's get started on the slightly fancier tools that I have. Although, in this machine's case, for now, we're only really talking about the sander that I happen to have in this box, which I think is the Sentria 1 box, same as the shampoo kit, which we'll go through in a minute. But at least in the UK, seems that this is the more common tool style, even if it comes with a different machine. So yeah, I've got the scrubbing pad, I've got the buffing pad, I've got the erogenous zone stimulating pad, and some more erogenous zone stimulating pads in various grits and grades. And I don't think this has ever been used. I don't think I've ever used it. And with that tested, it can go back in the box and just look pretty back there. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, the other thing I've got, I mean, there's the manual. Yeah, nice Kirby manual. Very cool indeed. Obviously, the UK stuff will only be a footnote in. Yeah, please contact the USA for stuff like this. Yeah, inside of this battered box, that's not part of it, is all of this other stuff. So yeah, I have, well, I hope the straw's in there for that. We have that minus a straw. I've got the hose. Oh, I've got another belt. That's good. The shampoo tank. The rear guard. Oh, that's it. Another rear guard. The front part. The foamer, which goes on there. Ah, there's a straw. The brush roll that goes with that belt, and the shampoo tray for obviously all of the carpet cleaning stuff that this can do. And I don't know really, it's been cleaned obviously and it is nice, but I don't see why I couldn't give this carpet a bit of a foaming. I've got nothing else to do today. I can wait 7 hours for it to dry. Let's get set up for that because we've seen the carpet fluffer. There's the straw though, that's always handy. There we go then. This is, I think, the first time I've ever shampooed with this. If I did before, I cleaned it all up very well. Got a cap and well, 2 caps of Kirby shampoo to 3/4 of a tank of solution. Although we do get a fancy on-off switch on this one. The last time, I think, yeah, I've done it on the Heritage. You didn't get that. So we can turn it on. Excellent. Right, phone down. Let's leave the tank turned off and scrub it in. And it's quite damp, but oh, it's brought the pile up so well. What it's also pulled up, look, is all the fluff, but and all of the grime from the carpet. I mean, there's still half a tank left. I might go do it again because it is quite wet. But I mean, yeah, you can't tell it doesn't. You can't say it doesn't pick up dirt. That is lovely. And I think I might just leave it in there. And yeah, I'm going to carry on for a bit and give this all a good scrub, do it all once and then let it dry and then come back and fluff the pile. Some time has passed and we's dry once more. Time to set up for some rug renovation, well, more rug renovation, the pile fluffer. Yeah, you put the brush roll into this carpet fluffer shield rear, and then this just slots into here. This is probably the main difference in, you know, the machine in terms of how this all works. You no longer have a distinct thing to need to use for each spot. When you get on, I'm trying to talk. There we go. You no longer need a complete distinct thing to use either of the tools. You have just one top part that shares and everything else slots together. That's quite cool once you figure it out. And with that, and I'll put the bag on through the magic of editing, let's revive this pile because it's come up really well. Let's just set that in. And I think that's done a fantastic job. And doesn't it look imposing, standing all out here like this? Yeah, oh, it would have cost you a pretty penny back in the day. And I know a lot of people regret buying Kirby's full price and brand new, but you can literally pick this up for under £40 in the UK at least, on Facebook Marketplace or eBay. And I think it's a pretty decent package. It's modern enough to have a good tech drive, to have all of the kit, to have spares easily available. And, you know, it's quite a lot to store, but if you have the use for it or you get into the Kirby way of cleaning, I think they're pretty cool and pretty fancy. What are we going to do with this one? I'm not too sure, really, but at least I can tick it off the list. It won't sit there corroding more because all the polish that I use should have protected this as well, so it won't corrode back again and get worse and worse and worse. And yeah, I don't know really. Probably see it again because we've got to do the G4, and then once the G4's done, we may as well get them all out together. So yeah, what do you think really? Is this the pinnacle of Kirbying, or are the newer ones, do they offer anything more than the Sentria 2 did? And what's your favourite Kirby of the modern era? Because obviously this is a tech drive machine. It's, you know, modern era, older era, vintage era when you get past the classic. So yeah, you know, we're talking modern era Kirby. What's your favourite tech drive era Kirby? Do let me know down below, and until the next time, I and my Sentria 2 will see you soon. Bye bye.